Hi, good morning. It's Sue from Snake River Stamping. I'm glad you're here today. Welcome into my craft room. I have like a pile of stuff to show you today and share with you. The first thing I wanted to talk about is my ordering specials for this month. If you order from me, please use my host code, which I will share with you in a moment. And I have some cards and things that you can earn a free card kit from me of 4 cards if you place a minimum $40 order before tax and shipping. That's one of the caveats. It's before tax and shipping. If you're watching live today, I think I have enabled now the chat comments. I found out I had them turned off. And Anna, my tech support, came over and I think we straightened that out. And you will be able to add in the chat if you're watching live or if you're watching the replay. It doesn't matter. You can still add to the chat. And if you do, tell me where you're from. I live in southeastern Washington in a small town called Burbank. It's outside of the Tri-Cities. And today it's pretty chilly. It's like 23 degrees out there today. So I'm kind of glad I get to stay in here in my warm room. I wanted to ask you, what's your favorite stamp set right now? What's your go-to stamp set? And I think mine is still, and it's been this way for several months, is Spotlight on Nature because of the versatility of that stamp set and the dies that are in it. And I'm going to use one of the dies today with my free class that I'm doing for you. If you're stamping along with me today, let me know. You don't have to have the Storybook Moments paper and suite to do this particular class, but after you see it, I'm pretty sure you're going to want it because it's so good. It reminds me of Beatrix Potter, the pictures in it and everything, and her stories, and I know she's from a long time ago, but the artwork is very reminiscent of Beatrix Potter's stories, and I think you'll really like it. I am going to turn my camera down. I'm having trouble with getting myself in the little box. So I might have to do that, like physically do that. Let me see if I can turn my camera down. There we go. So this is my special for this month. And this is my host code, KKREZ27N. So if you order from me, if you would use that host code, unless your order is over $150, don't use the host code. You become the host, and you get the host rewards for that. Okay? So if you place a $50 order, you get a card kit with 4 cards in it. And you get 2 of these. You get all the stuff for 2 of these. You do have to have your own stamps and your own ink, because I can't stamp anything for you. But I will cut the paper. I will send you the ribbon. I'll send you the jewels. I will emboss for you. You just have to do all the stamping for that. So this is my card kit for this month. And I demonstrated this kit a few weeks ago. I think it was January 6th, October. January 6th, I demonstrated how to do these cards. And you can go back and find my video and look at that. Okay. So that's for a $50 order. For a $60 order, you get the 4 card kits, plus you get a free pack of gems. and I'm not sure what pack you'll get because I have a whole bunch of gems left over. They're brand new in the package, and I'll send you a free pack of gems. You will also earn a celebration. If you get to the $60 threshold, you will also get the celebration. And for the next couple of months, January 7th to February 28th, you will earn, for every $60, you will earn free items out of the celebration catalog. Most of them are at a $60 threshold. There are a few things that are a $120 threshold to get the free item. Let's see. That's 60, 60, 60, 60, 60. This is the paper I used for my card kit this month. It's called Bloom Impressions, and that's the name of my video too. Oh, this one's 120. It's the heart-shaped bundle. So you get the stamps and the dies. This is a very, very nice bundle. And it can be for Valentine's Day, of course, which is coming up, but it also can be, makes beautiful wedding cards and things like that. And then they have some examples in the book of how to use it. And this is another one. This is Corner and Bloom, which makes really pretty stamps, all corner stamps, which is nice. And we also have a joining special. If your order is close to $100, I would suggest that you join Stampin' Up! And just be a discount shopper. Or if you're interested in becoming a demonstrator, that's fine too. But you don't have to be a demonstrator. You can just be a discount shopper. And so if your order is close to $100, you can either add these products to your packet, which is Handmade Designs. It's a stamp set, and then 2 packages of the Stampin' Right markers, and you get, I think there's 4 packages of choices. They have the neutrals, the brights, you know. Anyway, they have 4 of them, 4 choices, and you can find that online. And that brings, and you still pay $99, and you get your products plus this, which brings a total close to $200 of product for $99. Or you can pay the $99, order the stuff you were going to order, and you can add an additional $30 in free product. Well, the usual deal is you order you pay $99, but you get $125 in product. So you get $26 in free product, but you could add $30 more to that 26 and get that in free product if you would like. And you get to choose everything you put in your starter kit. You choose everything. And it costs $99, and then for every order after that, you get a 20% discount, which is the whole point of being a discount shopper, is then you qualify for a discount for every order after that, which is a really great deal. So that's in your celebration catalog. If you're one of my customers, you already got the new mini catalog, and the celebration catalog came with it. And today, what I'm going to share with you is the Storybook Moments Suite. And it comes like this, and you get so many things in this suite. You get 2 stamp sets, you get 2 die sets, you get ribbon, you get dots, you get 2 sets of paper, you get the plaid, and you get the Storybook Moments. And these are the ones, I'll show you closer in just a minute, but these are the ones that remind me of Beatrix Potter. These ones, yeah, they're really cute. So that's those. And I would like to remind you, last week I showed you this set from our regular catalog, and this is a $10 set. Let's see, already forgotten. Frames and Flowers, yes, Frames and Flowers, and it's on page 29 in the annual catalog. And you can find all of our catalogs online. Just click one of the links below this video and go to my store, and you can find the online. All the catalogs are online if you'd like to look at it that way, or if you're not one of my customers yet, you can order the catalogs for really cheap, cheaper than I can send them to you right now. So I would advise that you either look at them online or order them that way, because if you're not one of my customers, I have to charge you to send you a catalog. So that's a more economical way to do it. But anyway, this is what we did last week. It has a lot of ephemera in it and a lot of other like frames. It's called Frames and Flowers, and this is a frame. And I show you how to cut up some of the paper and things like that, and you can go back and look at that video and see that. And like I said, it's only $10 for this particular designer series paper, which is really a really good deal too. So today, that brings us to today, and we're going to do Frames and Flowers. There we go. These are the two stamp sets that we're going to be using, and these are the Storybook Friends, and this is the Storybook Garden Patch. And both of these, if you order the bundle or you order the suite, either one, they come with dies, okay, to cut out the little bunnies. They have a lot of frame dies. Then they have the dies to cut out the garden stuff. And they're all really, really adorable. And I'm going to show you today how to do that. So these items are all linked below my video if you're watching on YouTube, and I think it's probably above, I'm not sure, on Facebook. I can't remember if it's above or below, but it is attached to this video. Okay, so those are the things we're going to do. So I'd like to share with you the first card we're going to make today. Have everything in an envelope. Okay, so this is the first card, and if you're familiar with Spotlight on Nature, for instance, this round die is from Spotlight on Nature, and I love their round dies because they have something on the edge on all of them. And then these ephemeras, well, I believe I just cut these out of the paper that I'm going to show you in just a minute, and put them on the front. And then I added a little tag, and I'll give you all the measurements and everything. And then on the inside, I just used the stamps, and I stamped the bunny, and I stamped some rocks on the inside of this card. So it's pretty easy. Okay, so I'd like to share some other things that are in the products. Just trying to get my tablet to show if I'm doing this correctly. Share that in just a second. So the suite comes with the ribbon. it's a scalloped ribbon. I'm not using this color today because it doesn't go with what I'm doing, because I'm using primarily boho blue and some brown, but it does come with that ribbon. And it comes with this beautiful paper. It has these cute little storybook moments, like I said. Excuse me, I'm getting a cold, so I'm drinking my tea, and I've got my cough drops, so I need them over here. It's got all these beautiful little, of course, all of our paper, well, some of it's not, but all of our usual DSP is double-sided. It's got all these little cute little squirrels and chipmunks and things on it. And then the other side has just a pattern that's really good for backgrounds. Okay. And then here's the bunnies. That was the squirrels. These are the bunnies. And there's some of the dies will cut out some of these things, and some of them you have to fussy cut, which means just cut by hand. But they're all pretty easy. And another way to really easily cut stuff out like this is to use a circle punch, and just put your circle punch around the picture you want and cut it out as a circle, and then you don't have to fussy cut it, which sometimes I do that. I use the circle punch. And there are strawberries on the back. This is a really pretty paper. This is the back of this one, and this one is already, I cut this one already, and I put them in envelopes. Once I cut things out like this, or if I do some ephemera, that type of thing, I'll put it in some envelopes, which makes it a little easier for me to keep track of things. But of course, let me do envelopes. No, anyway, I cut these apart and I put them in a clear plastic envelope so that I have them ready to put on the cards. And you see they have a little squirrel, and they have some background type things, and they have these, which comes from one of the DSPs and that type of thing. And then on the back it's just a little plainer, but it's good for background if you want to use it for that. This one has the vegetables on it, and some of these vegetables you can cut out with the dies that I showed you earlier, or if there isn't a die, you can just, again, use a circle punch or fussy cut it to put it in. And they have, one of the dies makes a garden. It has a little hill with little slits in it. It's really cute. I'll make one of those cards probably for next week, because I'm going to do this for 2 weeks, because there's so many things in this that I want to share with you. And then again, on the back, which I love this paper, it's got the vegetables on the front, which I love, and then it's got these cute storybook houses that are just adorable. These are so cute. There's so many colors. I'm going to share all the colors that are in this paper. And then here are some of the garden. This is the garden sheet. There's 2 sheets of each of these. So they have the garden on one side, the garden implements, and the boots, and the watering can, and the wheelbarrow, and the bucket, and the clay pots, all this stuff. And then on the other side again, this is good for background, you know, because it's a lot more neutral, and your other things can really pop on this kind of paper when you use that for your background. And then they have 2 pieces of ephemera, and I tried to keep, these are really hard to keep in the paper that they come in because they're so easily popped out. I popped out one of them. You get 2 pieces, and I popped out one of them and put them in one of my little plastic bags. Here it is. Here's one of my plastic bags. I popped out the ephemera, and I just put it in one of my little envelopes here so I can keep the ephemera all together after it pops out. And this one, I'm going to have to pop this out. I've got sticky sheets on the back just to keep these in so you can see how it comes in one sheet. It pops out very easily. It's just with your fingers. You just grab a piece and they pop right out, and you have a colored ephemera. And then, like I said, I put mine in my clear envelope, so I'll have them. And I just spread them out when I want to look at them and use them. Okay, the other paper packet that comes with this is called Timeless Plaid. And there's 4 sheets of each of these colors. So like on one side, they'll have something like this, and this is the other side of that one. And then there's this side, and then there's this side. Those go together. And then there's this side, and there's this side. I think I must have used the other one, or have it in the other package. There's this boho blue, checkered, and then the plaid side. We have this one in Calypso Coral and a green. And there's this side. Those are really pretty. Then we have some Lost Lagoon. And that's the other side. We have this green, checkered, and then the other side, a plaid. That's one of my favorite ones. And then for browns, we have this checkered one and this plaid one. And I just love plaids and checkered paper like that because they make such good backgrounds. And then this one's actually in Cajun Craze, which was a surprising color that they used. And that's the other side of that one. Oh, okay. So that's this one, yes. Okay. And then this is the boho blue. Those two. And these two go together. And I believe I already showed you this one. I tried to separate my packages into 2 packages, so there were 2 in each package of each paper, but I did use some of them. So you can see that there's just a ton of choices, and I use these mostly for backgrounds in my card making. Now, with this package, there's a lot of colors, and you can always find the colors on the back of the package. It'll list all the colors that go with it, which is really nice. So this package, there's wild wheat, there's some basic beige, there's boho blue, there's Cajun Craze, there's Calypso Coral, there's Cherry Cobbler, there's Crumb Cake, there's Pecan Pie. These are all the things you have to choose from that match the ephemera and match the background papers. Lost Lagoon. And you don't have to have all these, you just have to have something. Misty Moonlight. Grassy Meadow, Old Olive, Pebbled Path, and Pecan Pie. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 colors that are in this beautiful paper that I just shared with you. You can find those 14 colors somewhere in these and try to match them. Okay. So today I took some neutrals to make this first card that we're going to do today. And I started out with basic beige, and then I didn't show this one, but I decided to frame it really thin with black because I thought the crumb cake and the basic beige that I wanted to use, because both of those colors are in this paper, that it needed something to separate it. And so black is always a good choice, or something dark like Early Espresso maybe, to separate two colors that are very similar so that they kind of pop out. So that's what I did with that, and I'll show you the measurements in just a minute. And then I put the Designer Series paper from the plaid. I picked this plaid. And then I went back to basic beige for the circle. I used some ephemera to put it on here to decorate the circle. And then I put a little tag on, and I used some gems. All of these things are linked below. Okay, so I'm going to show you what we start with to make this card today. So we start with basic beige, and this is a basic A2 card base, 8.5 by 5.5, and you score it at 4 1/4. So it's just going to be in half like that. So that's your basic beige. Okay. Now, I did something different on this one. Okay, so I have my black, which is 3 7/8 by 5 1/8, because this is going to make a very narrow 1/16 border for my crumb cake that I want to put on my basic beige. And then I decided, when I made this card, I thought, oh, it needs something else. So I decided to emboss with the Starstruck Celebration. It's free with purchase. With a $60 purchase, you can get this Starstruck folder. And I just love this folder. You can see how pretty that is. And it's kind of neutral. I'm putting it on a neutral paper, and it's not terribly, it's not going to take away from anything. So this is 3/4 by 5, and it just barely fits on here. It's going to leave a very narrow, like I said, 1/16 inch border around that to separate it from the basic beige. And then my DSP, which is from Timeless Plaid, is 3 1/4 inches across by 4 1/4 inches. Okay, and that's going to go on top of that. Then here's one of my little envelopes where I keep everything in. I cut from Spotlight on Nature. I cut this circle. Okay, and I see that it's not entirely poked out yet. So I need my take your pick tool. Thought I got all the little pieces out, but I didn't. Okay, I think I got the rest of them. Yep. And so that's going to be for our focal point. And then I looked for some things that might go on it. Now, this was from Spotlight on Nature too, and I just cut a circle because I didn't want to cut around this whole little bunny. If I use that, I can place it on there. Or I can use some ephemera, because from the package that I showed you that just pop right out, or you can cut things out. I think this might have been the ephemera. I think I did cut this one out. This is a piece of ephemera. And I wanted to show you that on your paper, sometimes you have things on the edge of the paper and you think, oh, I can't use that because it's on the edge, but you can, because like on this piece of paper, for instance, I have a little squirrel here and a little squirrel here, and they're cut off, but you can use these, and I'll show you how you can use them in just a minute, even though they're cut off and it's not the whole image. They're still very useful. And I'm going to show you with this little bunny that was on the edge of the paper. Okay, this little bunny, and I'm going to use a piece of ephemera that I popped out, and I'm going to put that. I can put that in front of him, like he's behind this little hill, and still use him. Okay, so we'll decide which of these pieces we want to use. Then I use these adhesive back sparkle gems, and they're in pecan pie. There's some in pecan pie and there's some that are clear, and so I use some pecan pie ones on here that goes with the paper because they're brownish. Okay, so let's put this card together. It goes, once you get it all cut, it goes together really fast. So you just fold this in half, your 8.5 by 5.5 piece of paper. And it's always good to have a bone folder. If you don't have a bone folder, they're really not very expensive and they're pretty useful. Before I had a bone folder, I used my scissors, and I would just crease things with the rounded part of my big scissors, which worked pretty efficiently until I got some bone folders. And then I'm going to set that to the side, and then I'm going to take my black 3 7/8 by 5 1/8, and I'm going to take my embossed piece of crumb cake 3 1/4 by 5, and I've already embossed that. And I am going to use liquid glue because I want to be able to slip this around because it has such a tight border and it's embossed. And when it's embossed, Stampin' Seal Plus works pretty good. I mean, it's not like you're gonna not be able to stick it down, but the glue, and put enough on there so you have a little bit of slip and slide on your paper so that you can adjust it and get it centered, because that border is so very, very thin. Oops, got a little bit of glue up there, but I have a glue eraser that I can use. So I'm gonna work on that and just slide it down a little bit, wipe that away, and I have my 1/16 inch, and you can see that the embossed makes it really more interesting, and that very skinny little border looks really good, and it's gonna make it pop against the basic beige instead of kind of blend it in. I need a baby wipe because whenever I use glue, of course, I get it on my fingers, and I don't want to get it on the rest of my project. Okay, then I am going to glue down my Timeless Plaid Designer Series paper, and this was 3 1/4 across by 5 1/4 down, and I'm just going to put that on there. And again, I am going to use the glue so I can slip it around. The different adhesives have different properties and different uses, you know. And at first I only used glue because I had so much trouble getting things even. So now I can use this. There we go. And you can see there's a little more space at the top and the bottom than there is on the sides. And I want this to move over just a little bit. To move over just a little bit. There we go. Okay. And then I take my circle that I did from Spotlight of Nature. It's a 2 3/4 inch circle from Spotlight on Nature. And there, if you have that set or get that set, there's a lot of different circle sizes and circle designs for the outside. It just depends on what you like. I wanted a circle big enough to hold some paper, some designer series, ephemera or whatever. Now, I could just simply, I cut this out of a circle, and that looks pretty good. You know, actually, I think it looks pretty good. And then I talked about, I had my top half of my bunny, and then I had this that looks like the bunny's peeking out of there. I could put that on there. That looks pretty good. Then I cut this bigger one out, and she's going to go over the edges a little bit, but she also has some boho blue. That's why I cut her out. She also has some boho blue, which is in this designer series paper, which is why I liked it, and I thought it was cute with the little baby bunny in the wheelbarrow. That was cute. And then I have this little guy, which is also cute. Okay, so it just depends on what your card is for, and what you want to do with it, and who it's going to be for. So you need to decide that too. And I think for this one, I am going to go with this round one because I kind of like that. Let me show you closer. I can't move my camera, but I can move the card. So that looks pretty good because you pick up some of the colors from the background and stuff, and in this little circle. And I just punched it out because I didn't want to cut around all of that with the leaves and everything. So I think I might use that one. So with this, I am going to just turn this over, and it's got, oh, this is cute too. It's got the little strawberries on it. You know, sometimes you hate to cover up both sides, but such is life. And I'll just use a little bit of seal on this and put it on my circle. Okay. And then I'm going to turn this over, and I'm going to get some dimensionals to put on the back of my circle. And it's easier for me to use tweezers on these small things like this. Old arthritic hands, tweezers, good idea. And sometimes I use my tweezers too when I'm placing things because I can see it better. I don't have my hands in the way. And I do want it towards the top, but still on the paper. I'm not going to press it down until I'm got it looking like it's straight. Okay. Now I'm going to press it down. Okay. And then I cut these two from Unbounded Love. I have these two dies that I use so frequently. I keep them in my little, I have a little metal dish that I got from Amazon, and they actually use these for cars. You know, people that work on cars, and they throw nuts and bolts in these things. My husband has some of these, and he wouldn't let me have his, so I had to order some. Anyway, I got it from Amazon, and they have several different sizes. I have bigger ones, and I have a couple small ones like this. And I can put my dies in here, and they stay put because it's magnetic, and I don't tend to lose them as much. Although sometimes they get stuck on the outside, and I don't see them, so I have to usually pick it up. But so I cut this one from the basic beige, and I cut the little bit bigger one with the stitches from boho blue, because this one will cut out, this frame on the outside comes out, and it makes this smaller so it fits inside of it like that. And I am just going to stamp. I have lots and lots of sentiments from my packets and bundles, and you probably do too. And you can do whatever you want. On this one I put thank you very much. I'm going to make this a thank you card. So I'm just going to get out that sentiment for thank you very much. And sometimes I just take a piece of cardstock or a paper, and I just stamp all the stuff so I can see, because on the front it's smaller. It's like 75% of the size that it really is. So I stamp them so I can see what size they are. That helps me decide what I'm going to do. So, thank you very much. I think it's this one, yep. So I'm going to use that one. And you can put it on a block, you can put it on your Misty, whatever you like. I'm going to be really brave today in front of you and try to do this on a block. And I use boho blue ink, which is linked below, so that it would kind of go with the card that I have. Get these back in the magnetic tray so I don't lose them. And this is a photopolymer set. With the rubber stamps, you sometimes get edges, and with these, less likely to get edges. And I stamp that a few times, and I come in here. I'm going to put it a little bit to the left because I'm going to put some gems on there. Didn't stamp as well as this one. I did this one on the Misty, and I did it a couple times. This one I didn't get quite as dark of a stamp as I would like, but it'll do because it's a handmade card. And people almost always love handmade cards, and they appreciate your effort that you take to make them a card. And I just turn this over. I put a couple strips of Seal Plus, and I look at it because I don't want to do this upside down, although I could turn it around, but I'm going to try to get this centered on here. There you go, just like that. Then I go back to my adhesive back sparkle gems, and I am going to put 3 little gems in a row right here. Whoops, that one didn't stick. Now if your gems for some reason get the sticky part off of them, because sometimes it will come off, you can just a dab of glue, and I put glue right on my mat, and I take my gem and I just dab it in the glue when it's lost its sticky, and get it like that. So there's my gems. Then I'm going to pop this up. I think I did. Yep. Pop this one up. I'm just going to put a couple on here, because I'm going to have 3 layers popped up on here actually when I'm done. And you could put it straight. I kind of liked it a little bit at an angle on here. That's the way I liked it. And then I'm ready to put it back on here. And I gotta be careful because I just put my finger in the ink, and I don't want to get that on my card. So pay attention, have some baby wipes, have some alcohol swabs or something that you can take the ink off with. So I am going to put 5 on the back of here because when it's larger, I definitely want one in the middle so it won't sag. And then I put on the corners. And I just center that and put it down. Okay. So that's really easy card, just really easy. You could put ribbon, I'll probably put shimmer spray on it because, you know, I do like my shimmer spray. Now I cut my inside out of crumb cake, so it would be, it's still light enough to write on. And I used the stitched rectangles, which are no longer for sale, but if you happen to have them, I love things that have stitches on the outside. Or you can just cut a piece that's 3 3/4 by 5, and that makes always a nice inside piece. But I did stamp, or you could add, if you wanted to add some ephemera, you could do that. But I stamped on mine, and what I did was I used the rock wall to stamp. With a block, and I used I wanted to use brown, so I decided on early espresso because it was a nice dark brown. I'm going to put that on diagonally, I think, and this is also linked below. So I used early espresso, and first I stamped my wall. Down here at the bottom. Okay. Wipe off my stamps. And then I stamped the bunny, a bunny. There's several bunny choices. And I did I don't see him. Maybe it was this one. No. This one. Oh, he's right in the middle. That's why I can't see him. Too easy, right? Too easy. So if I stamp the bunny, he's going to be over the brick wall. And I don't like how that looks. I want it to kind of look like he's standing behind the wall a little bit. So I just take some repositionable tape and I taped off the wall. Okay. And I get some ink on my bunny, and I'm gonna put him over here like that, so you can see the whole bunny. But when you take off the repositionable tape, he looks like he's kind of standing behind that wall a little bit, which I thought that I like that better, that you didn't see all of him. Okay, and then I just tape this on the inside close my stamp pad before I put my fingers in it again. A couple strips will keep this nice and flat so I can write on it. It wasn't quite straight, so I didn't press it down yet. There, that's better. Okay, and there's my bunny card. Here's my original bunny card where I used some ephemera, so it was a little bit different. You know, it depends on what you want. When you get this designer series package paper, it comes with both, and so you can decide, do you want some punch out ephemera, which is what I did here, right out of the punch outs, or just cut a circle with a little image on it and put it on there to add that. So that's really easy, isn't it? Yeah. Okay, that's our first card. Our second card today looks like this. And I got this particular fold from Susan Campfield, who is the demonstrator that I signed up under. She's like my upline, I think is what they call it. And she comes up with so many great folds. I don't even know how she does it, but this one is really, really good. I'm trying to remember what it's called. I didn't write it down. But it is a fun fold because we punch out a circle out of the center, and when you open it, you have this little folded box type thing, and you can also see the piece in the front. And again, I used some ephemera from the package that I punched out. I used some plaid paper. This ribbon that I used on here, I thought we still sold it because it's boho blue, which is still a current color, but we don't. So instead of using the boho blue, I'll go back to this, which you can usually get. And this is, you know, really neutral. This is the silver and white transparent ribbon, and I've used this on lots, and I've given away lots of it because I really love this. But you can see that will look really nice too on this. We'll use that. So to make this card, I put all my ephemera choices in the little envelope that I thought would be good on this card. Some of them might be too big because I have to keep it inside this circle. Okay. So what we have. Oh, this is another one. This is the first one I made when I was trying this particular one out, and I just used some paper that I had, and translucent florals was this paper, and with Berry Burst. Yeah, I think that's it, what I used. And I made that card. It's the same fold, and you can see I just cut out a circle on this one. I didn't put ephemera, so that's another way to go. It's just cutting out a circle of something similar. This was a bigger pattern of this paper, and it made it look really nice too. So what we have here is an envelope of ephemera that we've already punched out or cut out that we can choose from. We have a basic A2 card, 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4.5, and this is boho blue. And this card, we're going to orient it portrait way. Okay. Then I cut out, this is a little bit different pattern, but it's still from the Timeless Plaid. And I used 4 inches across by 5 1/4 for the front. This is going to go on the front. And that's actually the first thing you need to do, is put this on the front. And you can use glue, you can use tape, whatever you know, you're comfortable with, but only go on the edges. Whoops. Why is that not working? Oh, I think I'm almost out of that. Oh, that's the wrong one. That's what. I'm using this one. There we go. That works better. I grabbed the wrong one. So I'm going to go all the way around all 4 edges, because I'm going to cut a circle out of the top third of this. And I place this down, center it. And then I use stylish shapes. And this circle is like 2 inches. This is a 2-inch circle that I'm going to cut out of this right here. And I'm going to use some repositionable tape or a sticky note, either one. Yeah, I can use a sticky note because I think I want it to go all the way across. You can use a sticky note. And I actually went for these things. I don't like really good sticky notes because they're too sticky. You know, the quality ones that you can get. So go to Dollar General, Dollar Store, whatever, and get the ones that aren't quite as good a quality, and you get a big pack for less money. So I'm going to put this circle, and I want to cut through 2 pieces. I'm cutting through the cardstock, and I'm cutting through the DSP that I've already glued on here. So bring over my cut and emboss machine, and this is going to make the table shake, I'm sure. But to do die cutting, I need platform number 1, platform number 2. I have my bottom plate, which is number 3, and my top plate, which is also number 3, but I keep these separate. I label them bottom plate, top plate, because the bottom plate always gets scarred up more from the cutting. So I've got this placed right, and I've got to send it through kind of sideways here to make it fit, because it will not fit going through this way. So I want it to fit, so I want it to go through this way. I put my plate in, and I'm going to do this a couple of times, and I'm going to stand up to do it to get some. So that's 1, 2, 3, excuse all the wiggling, 4. It's 4 times, because I really want to make sure I get that cut out. And I look back and I see it is cut all the way through. So you still, even though you've got the not so good sticky note, maybe it will tear the paper if you like just rip it off. I should have stuck it on my jeans first, because this is really sticky. And if you just stick the sticky note on your pants and kind of get some of the sticky off, stick it on something else. Okay, I got it. Wasn't too bad. So now I've got 2 circles, and I want to keep both of these. I want to use both of them. And while, oh, I think I already cut out the other one. I did, so I don't need to cut the other one for you. But I am going to use a smaller circle. I did use a smaller circle, Stylish Shapes. I used the 1 3/4 inch circle for the inside of the card. So that's why I'm going to save this one, because I'm going to put a sentiment or something on that for the inside of the card. So this one's just one size down for Stylish Shapes. Okay, so now I have my circle cut out of my card, which is what I wanted. And I also cut from Stylish Shapes, I also cut a little banner. I already did that. Okay. So then, for the inside, I have the same pattern of the Timeless Plaid. Now you could flip it over, but I didn't really like the red and white together with this card, so I'm going to keep it the same. But this is 1 1/4 inch across by 4 3/4, and this goes on the inside of the white that I have. So this is a piece of, well, I have 5 by 8 written, but this is 5 and across is 8. I should have flipped that around, because you usually write your across first. So let's 8 by 5, 8 by 5. And then on the long edge, you want to score at 2 inches, 3.5 inches, and 5.5 inches. So I've already done the scoring. And I want 2 mountain folds, because they look like mountains, 2 mountain folds and a valley fold. And this is going to go in here like this. And this is going to go flat like this. And when it shuts, it'll fit like that. Okay? So, what I want to do here is kind of, I'm going to figure that out. Okay, first I'm going to put this on. And this goes, when you lay this flat, this goes in the second column. Okay? So you just need some tape or some glue. And you'll center that in the column. Keep it away from the folds, because if you don't, it'll interfere with the folding mechanism that you have going on here. So I want that like that. Okay, so that's going to show through. And then I want to fold this down. And I want this part not to be on the fold. Okay, so I think I'm gonna put my tape on first. And you're only going to put your tape on the top, the bottom, and the side, the outside cut edge, not on the fold, not on the fold, not on the fold. Top, bottom, outside edge is where you want it. So top, outside edge, bottom. Actually, I have this upside down, but okay. So I do want to fold my card shut like that, so that it's not interfering with my folded edge. It's just inside that folded edge, right? So now I want to stretch this out flat, because I do want this to fold shut. Okay. So this, I'm going to turn this upside down again because it's easier. And I'm going to do outside edge, top, bottom, and I'm gonna do all sides, even the folded edge on this one. Okay. Whoops, didn't quite get that all the way. Okay, so now I want to fold this shut so that it's going to fit when it's folded shut like that. Okay, so it opens and it shuts. Perfect, 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 perfect. So now I'm going to decorate this circle, the one I cut out of the front, and I'm going to look in my little ephemera pack, and I'm going to dump some of these out. And these are mostly from that ephemera pack I showed you earlier. And I just have to keep stuff inside this circle, otherwise it won't open and close nicely. So I can put a variety of things in here, whatever I'm looking for. Now I do have boho blue as my main color. Ah, here it is. So that watering can might be a nice choice. This might be good with the watering can kind of popped up over it. Well, I'd have to place that higher so you could see it a little bit better. But see, those two things might look really pretty good on this card because we've got the blue in it. So I would put this a little bit higher. Oh, I see what my tape did when it stopped working. Okay, tape stopped working, so you know what? We have glue. I'll fix that tape thing later. I'm just going to put a little glue on the back of these pots. Now there's other things that could work. I mean, this mouse would look really cute too, and he does stay in the center, but he doesn't have any blue in him, so I kind of want some blue on there. And I'm going to put this kind of high and the watering can kind of low, but I am going to pop the watering can up. And tweezers. So let me see. I'm going to put one there. I'm going to put one there. And maybe I'm going to put one there. That's a lot for such a small can, but I want it to look even and stay put. And you know what, I might put a small one up here to hold that. Those are one of the many dimensionals, which is also linked below. So I'm going to put this down. And then I'm going to get some more dimensionals. Now, when you put it on, you can only glue it or put it on dimensionals on this side, on the right side, so that when it opens up, it will pop open with it. If you do it on all of it, it will make it so it won't open properly. So I'm going to put the dimensionals right on this side so I get it right. And then I'll stick the watering can or the circle on it. Okay. I do want it on the right side. And then you place your circle so it fits inside of the other circle that you have. And I press it down. And when I open it up, I get it too tight. Oh, did I glue that on the wrong side? I think I told you totally wrong. It has to be glued on the left. I did that totally wrong. I knew it had to be on one side, but I thought it was the other side. Oh my gosh, I ruined this thing. It does have to be on the other side, I think. No, I have that one on that side. I do have it on the right side. I'm going to tear these off though because it didn't. Maybe because I put dimensionals on it. I think, did I put dimensionals on that? No, I didn't. Okay, maybe that was the thing. I didn't dimensionalize it. I put it on the right side. Thought I did. But I only put glue on it. That probably makes it work better. Okay. Back on this side. Stick it down with glue. Don't put dimensionals on it. Okay, that works better. That works better. Yeah, it needs to dry. It needs to dry, so I'm gonna stick a block on it to dry it, to get it to stick, because I fooled around with it too much. Didn't pay attention to what I was doing. But while that is drying, pile some stuff on top of that. I'm gonna look at this. Now, you can, I stamped a little squirrel in here. You can stamp words in here. You can, you know, do whatever you want to do to decorate the inside of your card. And this one can actually go outside the lines because it's going to be flat. And I really like these flowers. I don't know how those would look. Maybe. I don't know. What do you think? The flowers. I think probably I'm going to stamp a message. I'm just going to say, happy spring. Will that fit on there? Yeah, I think that'll fit on there. Oh, and I put one of these on. This was from Stylish Shapes, basic white, and I stamped with boho blue again. So we can stamp both of these at the same time. Things are falling over. Okay, let's try to keep track of everything. Lots of ephemera. Okay, I'm going to try to do both of these at the same time. Sort of. Let's see. I think I'll put Happy Spring on the outside because this is a little longer. And I use my magnets. I'm going to do Hello Friend. I'm going to do them separately just to make sure that I get it. So while that is drying, I'm put it down so you can read it. Pull it up. Tap, 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 tap. Remember, with the Misty, you can do it more than once. And you have your pressure tool. Amazon has these. A lot of places have them. And I definitely would do that again, just to get it nice and inked up. That looks good. I'm going to put Happy Spring on the outside. I'm going to put Hello Friend. I can put Happy Birthday. Like I said, I have a lot of stamps that I could use. I'm just trying to keep it down to, you know, a minimum amount of bundles that I'm recommending. And I do so recommend this bundle. It is so cute and has so many fun things in it. I just love it. There it is. And Hello Friend is just, you know, real generic, but cute. I might put this kind of near the top so I can put a little ephemera of some sort, or another stamp at the bottom. I'm thinking. Press that down. One more time. There we go. Hello Friend, that looks good. And I think I'm going to try to find some small piece of ephemera that might go on the bottom of this and look okay. And let's see. What do I have? Yeah. Put these little flowers down there. And I'm just going to glue these on flat, because on the inside of a card you don't want to put dimensionals. It makes the card get all lumpy and frumpy and all that stuff. So I'm just going to put the Hello Friend there. And I'm going to go back to my card, which I'm hoping the glue has dried. I think it has. Yeah, it's better. And I'm going to glue my Hello Friend onto my circle that I had. And the good thing about circles is, even though that's not straight, I just have to turn my circle when I glue it on, and voila, it is straight. Just like that. So now I have to pay attention to whether it's straight or not when I glue it down. So I can put my Hello Friend in here. You could put Happy Birthday, you could put, you know, pretty much whatever you wanted. Straighten that up, because I got glue on it, so it's gonna be movable for a minute. Now, even if you wanted to, if you didn't have a lot to write or anything, you could add a little bunny down here. You could stamp a bunny. You've got a lot of things to stamp, just a ton of things. You could put more ephemera down there. I am going to put my happy spring on the front, and I'm going to pop those up with some dimensionals. I'm going to put that on straight. And then I'm going to take a piece of this and put it on the side. Now you have to run it through the box part that you have in there. Run it through there. Pull it through. And I have ribbon scissors. I try to only cut ribbon with. Snip that off. And you can do a fancy bow if you want. I'm not going to do a fancy bow. I'm just going to do a simple knot here. Just a little square knot. Pull that tight. Okay. Then I want these to be a little shorter. I don't want them really long. I cut them off at an angle. And there we have this card. And like I said, shimmer spray is always an option on everything. So I would like shimmer spray the front up this, and it looks so cute when you open it like this. And the little front circle pops open. But I would hold it shut, and I go over my garbage can because I don't want to get it on my desk and get my hands in it and all that stuff. So I go over my garbage can and I give a few squirts. I know you can't see it, but it does add a lot of shimmer shine to the cards that we did today. So I hope you liked part 1 of Storybook Moments. Next week I have part 2 with some fun folds and doing some things in some different colors and using some different ideas. So I hope you'll join me again next Monday at 11 for part 2. And if you'd like to order any of these fabulous products, I really recommend this bundle, this suite, whatever you would like to get. It has so many uses. It makes a great baby card. You know, a welcome. In fact, it has welcome little one as one of the greetings up here. Welcome little one. And so, you know, all these bunnies and stuff make such a cute card for a baby card or whatever, a thank you card, a birthday card, whatever it is that you would like to do. So thank you for joining me today. Let me flip the camera. I know I lost my box. You know, let's see if I can get that. Oh, there we go. There, I'm back. So anyway, so I hope you enjoyed these beautiful cards today. I think they make really, really nice cards, and people certainly appreciate the time and the effort that you put in to make them something, especially kind of a wow card. When they flip open and do something fancy, they like that. People like that, and they also always are impressed with your prowess and skill. And as you can see, it really wasn't that hard to do that, to make those cuts. So I'll see you next week. Please join me then. And if you have any questions, my email is below, and you can contact me there. You can leave comments in the chat, and, you know, whatever's easiest for you. On my Facebook page, you can contact me. You can private message me, whatever your needs are. And don't forget about my ordering special about getting 4 card kits sent to you for free in the mail with a minimum of $50 order. So I hope you'll take advantage.